Hello and welcome back to Dread Delusion. And right now, I'm outside my home. We're gonna explore the graveyard, which... I'm right there. The object graveyard is right here. And we're being sent there by Afra. That's the person that we met at the gazebo in the park. And also one of the, I guess you could call them sisters or clones of Oleg's daughter. The original Oleg's daughter is now dead and has been corrupted, which is a shame. But this person is apparently one of their clones. So they sent me here to the object graveyard to get some kind of... search for some kind of message from the king. I'm not sure, but I think she gave me a key or something to interact with this. Yes. There we go. It's a graveyard. I feel so tiny. Is that a phone? It's ringing. Inside the yellow box is a mechanical console with something like an ear trumpet hanging on the curly wire. Tinny noises issue from its mouth. Pick up the trumpet and listen. You pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. Your brain is flooded by a cacophony of jagged noise. Then you realize it's some kind of otherworldly music. The music throbs in an alien time signature, defying your attempts to track its rhythm. Oh, is it a Tool song? Wow. Ghostly, inhuman voices lap over each other like waves. It feels like a memory from before the universe was made. This doesn't seem like the king's message. You'll have to try one of the other boxes. Oh, is that what all of these are? These are phone booths? Alright, we got another one. You pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. You can hear two people in soft conversation, their voices echoing as if from the other end of a long stone passage. There now, it'll be alright. How's it going to be alright? Lydia's just gone, and nobody remembers. I feel like my brain is melting and running out of my ears. I know. All I mean is, we've got each other and I ain't going nowhere. A pause. I was washing up today. Did you ever notice how many dishes we have? Enough for 5 people, not 2. Well, helps to have extra, don't it? You know we can't afford more of anything than we need. We had an extra bed, too, before we sold it, and that cot. This doesn't seem like the king's message. Keep listening. I suppose it was nice to have guests around before all this, I mean. And do you remember ever having guests? How many people used to live in this house? A long pause. I don't know. No, me neither. There's a long silence and then a series of odd little wet sounds. Oi, what are you doing? Sorry, should I stop? I didn't say stop. You hear grateful sighs, a giggle, and a loving moan. You quickly put the trumpet down before you hear any more. Not sure I needed to hear that last part. Wet, sloshing sounds, I don't know. Anyway, we got another trumpet. You pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. An old man's voice echoes from the other end. Hello? Can anyone hear me? I don't know where I am. Please, it's cold. Yes, I can hear you. The old man doesn't seem to be able to notice you. I can't see anything. I can't feel my body. Is anyone there? Hello? Please, if anyone's there, say something. Doesn't seem like the king's message. At first you just hear hissing, and then the tune that Afra hummed. A genderless voice announces with mechanical regularity, 616, 32 break, 526 Alder Bentham, 2 break, 46. I don't have to memorize that, do we? Item gained. Oh, I got the transcript. Good. The voice drones on and then repeats. This must be the king's message. You scribble everything you can and then replace the trumpet. Another message. You pick up the trumpet and put it to your ear. It's a whirlwind of noise, chattering voices, snatches of a song. Weird mechanical screeches. At one point you hear your own name. You hurriedly replace the trumpet. Ah. Creepy. What's up here? Someone lives here? Welcome to the graveyard, pal. What brings you all the way out here? This doesn't look like any graveyard I've seen. Huh, funny sort of gravestones, ain't they? This is where they keep the things the Clockwork King makes what no one can find a use for. Teapots, chess sets, bathtubs, grand pianos. It all ends up here. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of pianos all over the place. Bathtubs? You can't find a use for a bathtub? Some things, nobody even knows what they are. Why its majesty makes them, I couldn't tell you. There's plenty of stuff people give their left arms for that ain't getting built, but it's not for me to question the logic of our king. Was there out else? Show machinist insignia. I'm here on official business. Blimey, you mean someone's actually been reading my reports? Better late than never, I suppose. It's those yellow boxes, see? We've had them for years, but even the King Speaker himself couldn't make head or tail of them. Told me to look after them till they're needed. That'll be the day. Well, a fair few ticks ago, some of the boxes started talking. Now they won't shut up. Weird stuff. Music sometimes. Mind, I know better than to listen. Maybe you could take a look? Most of the boxes here don't talk. You'll have to listen closely if you want to find the right ones. Alright, I already got what I came for. I think I should head back to Afra in the park after nightfall. I think it's still nightfall. No, maybe not. That's alright, we can take a nap inside. There's still this issue of Caxton Frost, who I believe is Horace Metcalf. Caxton Frost might be, and this Metcalf person might be, well, they're somewhere in the countryside, but I don't know where they would be. But this Caxton Frost fellow might, they're supposed to be dead, but... Oh, you're here? A lot of silk bugs here. Weird. Anyway, they're supposed to be dead, but they might have been part of Project Horoscope. So it might have actually been like one of their twins or clones that were killed, and the real one might still be out there somewhere. I don't know for sure if they were a part of this Project Horoscope, but I feel like this Project Horoscope might tie into the main quest somehow. I don't think that missing person was part of the main quest. Alright. Let's find a park. Oh, hi. What's with all this, the silk bugs? Something weird going on. There you are. Hiya. Afra's mechanical arm gives you a fluid salutation. How goes our task, friend? Why is the city full of silk slugs? I was just wondering that. She looks around. Oh dear, again? I'm afraid I had my nose in my notes on the way here. The king's affection for silk slugs is a long-standing mystery, but not our most pressing. Alright. Afra, I have something important to tell you about your past. Afra's brows wrinkle. My past? What do you mean? Tell her what you discovered about Project Horoscope. Afra listens intently with growing horror. For the first time since you met her, she seems at a loss for words. God's alive, that's horrible. All those Afras, they could have been me, and I could have been them. They were me, and I was them. Why me? Why did I deserve to flourish, and they to die? Are all of them dead? I don't know for sure if all of them are dead. I never knew I had so many sisters. I thought I was changing the king, changing the system, but the king made me, yet it also made my sisters, left them to die, so all of us were expressions of its majesty's will. She gazes past you, somewhere far away. All my life I wondered why I was here, in this broken world, what I was for. Through all my days as a young engineer, all the indignities I bore. Now I know there was a reason. She meets your eyes with a look of intense determination. Not many people have the privilege of such a purpose. What happened to my sisters must never happen again. Please, friend, help me finish this. Help me wake the kingdom from this nightmare. Alright. We're seeking a second audience with the king. How else can I empower you? I found the king's message in the graveyard. Really? She reads the transcript excitedly. Let's see. Could it? No, wait. Oh. She beams up at you, stars aflame. No, I wasn't imagining it. This confirms my analysis. The king is speaking to us, and we must show that we've heard. How did you know about that weird tune? She looks embarrassed. Oh, well, it was just a guess. The king outputs so much information every day, and I just look for patterns. But I mustn't bore you. Truly, I'm interested. I get the sense there was some spark of inspiration. Success. She seems surprised. Oh, well, to tell you the truth, I had a dream about it. I saw myself walking in a graveyard, following that tune, and then finding... Now, listen, I don't want you to think I'm some sort of crazed mystic. I spent so long buried in royal output logs, that I sometimes fall asleep in the parchment. I think the dream was only my mind's way of pointing out a pattern I'd missed. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. The king speaks a dialect of cipher language known as six-fold cipher. It's tremendously difficult for human brains to parse. So, for your audience, you'll need a cranial moderator installed in your skull. Okay, so this side quest was tied to the main quest. I needed to do that to get this cranial moderator, probably. Actually, funny story, I already have a moderator. Afra blinks, squints at you, and then tilts her head back, as if she's seeing you in a new light. Really? You got that from Morozov? I made it worth her while. Your initiative is commendable. Well then, I've been studying the message you received from the graveyard. I think Its Majesty wants us to pass it on elsewhere, but not by the usual channels. In the Corrupted Lands, there's a royal broadcast beacon. I've seen that, formerly used to send signals down to the Underlands. It was abandoned when corruption overtook the area, and has since fallen into disrepair. However, the king has not forgotten it. Unfortunately, the beacon is no longer answering remote commands, which means you, and I am truly sorry for this, must deliver the message in person. She hands you a weighty folder of forest green leather. This is what we machinists call a punch card. It's a way of recording information so the king can understand, in this case, music. Use the punch card to open the tower door, then insert it into the apparatus at the top of the beacon. Why would you want to send signals to the Underlands? We asked the king that same question. Its Majesty was adamant that someone or something might be alive down there, and that contacting them was somehow critical to the kingdom's future. Alas, no response ever came. Anything else? This sounds dangerous. Very much so. Ordinarily, I wouldn't contemplate such a journey, and I truly wish I could go myself, but if Sunil notices I'm absent for too long, our whole plan will be sunk. My advice, try not to enter any structure not fixed to the ground. Cleanup workers are your friends. If you taste lilac, turn back immediately, and if you see an eyeball, do not meet its gaze. If you need respite, I believe there's a royal cleanup camp in that area, although I've never been myself. Something alive in the Underlands, and the king wants to contact it. Alright. Wish me luck. Alright, let's go. I guess once in a while the silk slugs just sort of come out of their hiding and infest the city. They're not dangerous, so... Wait a minute, there is a way down here. There we go. Okay, so I got a lot of stuff. Inquisition Journal, punch card. Chief Interpreter Afro wants you to insert this into the apparatus at the top of the old royal beacon in the corrupted lands. Alright, let's go. It's a long way down. And up here, right? Yeah. Can I just fall? I don't want to risk it. Now, where was this Caxton Frost or Horace Metcalf supposed to be? Yeah, in the countryside, outside the city. It doesn't say specifically. Alright. I'll keep an eye out. So the king wants to contact some life form in the Underlands. And she did warn me not to meet the gaze of these eyeballs. Whoa. But I don't think it'll have any adverse effect on me. I think I'm good. Is this the tower? No, the other... Yeah, there it is. Much more impressive. There we go. Let's go up. Nothing outside there? Nope. Alright, we're gonna broadcast. Music. The control panel is a dizzying array of levers, dials, and buttons, many smashed or corroded. Among them is a slot-like entry port waiting for input. A howling wind whips snow and ash across your face. Insert the punch card with the king's message. The card jams into the slot, but you give it a good shove. For a moment, nothing happens. The whole tower begins to vibrate. Needles jump back and forth along their dials. A transistor bursts in a shower of glass. Oh dear. One by one, indicator lights go green as the beacon reconnects with its long-lost king. Above you, the giant antenna crackles into life and emits a pulse of silent sound, felt in your belly rather than heard. The pulse continues at regular intervals, singing a song that only your bones can hear, broadcasting a monarch's lonely cry down into the underlands. Suddenly, the control panel crackles and squeals before emitting a familiar voice. Goddamn thing even work? Hey, asshole, are you hearing this? Mikhail, is that you? Is it Mikhail? Misha? No, this is an ancient mummified queen of the Underlands here to tell you you have stupid nose, pinhead, nincompoop. Fucking skirsh. Listen, we do not have long with this skirsh device, so pay attention. Misha has some friends who have been watching you through the king's eyes. They know all about Chief Interpreter Afra and her big plan, enough to skirsh, cannot be trusted. Go down Skirsh in Ferropolis and find a market trader called Riza. Ask them Skirsh, the 7th letter. Do this before you Skirsh Afra's punch card. Understand? Wait, what was that about 7th letter? It appears Mikhail can no longer hear you. You and I believe we have seen each other's souls. We have Skirsh and discussed philosophy. Nothing matters, Skirsh, this. Misha is asking you as a friend. There's nothing more, save for the roar of static. Okay, we gotta find this person. In the lower parts of the Ferropolis, I think. Reza? Well, he said do this before doing something with the punch card. I mean, it's kind of too late for that. We already jammed it in there. But we'll see what this Riza has to say. I don't know what Mikhail has to do with this. It's odd that he's the one that contacted me. The guy I hired, the guy that runs the captain of the ship. The guy I hired to bring me here. Just looking at the homes down there. Might have to revisit him, see if I can find this Metcalf person. But we'll progress through this quest as long as I can. First, as far as I can. Alright, let's go down. Everybody's asleep, I think. Might have to come back later. Yeah, that guy's looking for his house. Oh, yeah, there's still this thing. Which I can never figure out how to get in. Let's try Truth Potion. See if that reveals anything at all. Not really. You're not Reza, are you? Nah. No, I think they're in the market. The bazaar. But they're not going to be there at night. Oh, we can walk right through there. Interesting. Hi. You see a middle-aged person with a light brown skin and eye patch dressed in an eclectic patchwork of colorful fabrics. You can't quite figure out their gender, which seems deliberate. Why, hello there, child. Come to browse? What are you selling? Why, charms and trinkets to attract the favor of the Clockwork King, or ward off its majesty's displeasure. Look here. This cogwheel was plucked from the king's own belly, inscribed with sacred six-fold cipher. Worn around your neck, it will grant you fortune at summoning stations. Or this incense, burn it while you write a petition to the king, and it shall speed your request. Well, child, do you see anything that interests you? Who are you? The name's Reza. Oh, that's Reza. Fortune teller, trinket vendor, and listener on many grapevines. For a price, I can sell you talismans of luck and protection, or perhaps even give a little advice about your problems. What kind of problems? Everyone's problems are different, child. To truly help a person, there must be trust, Charm. I'm new here, and this place terrifies and confuses me. I'd be glad for your guidance. Success. They examine you, then their expression softens. I'm sorry, child. I can only imagine. This is not a good place for travelers, is it? Everyone must deal with the king now and then. In my long life, I'm lucky to have learned a little of its majesty's ways. So I help people with their problems as best I can. Nothing illegal, just advice. I can coach you to file an appeal that the guild will treat as high priority. Diagnose misfiring magic in your building's heating engine, interpret a royal proclamation you can't make sense of, perhaps even point you toward a friendly machinist. I never cheat. No, I only help people find the path where everyone ends up happy. So you see, child, I too, in my own way, am a servant of the king. Actually, I had a confusing encounter with the king just recently. They listened to your tale. Oh, my child, quite an ordeal, huh? Show me your hand. Reza traces their bony fingers along the lines of your palm, humming a hypnotic tune and swinging a cipher-inscribed vacuum tube back and forth on a sprocket chain. The king has sensed that a terrible destiny stalks behind you, matching your step. You chase a strange star. Your quarry seeks to exhume the grave of history and rewrite the music of time. Perhaps Its Majesty believes you have a role to play here in the kingdom, too. They release your hand, smiling kindly. Or perhaps it is a mistake. The king does not make them, you know. Well, child, do you see anything else that interests you? I'm looking for the 7th letter. The gaudy trader squints at you, then glances left and right to check nobody's listening. They beckon you closer. Who told you to come here? Were you followed? Misha sends his greetings. Good. They appraise you with their remaining eye. So you were the one who's helping Afra. I see she's got your head stuffed with clockwork, like a good little machinist. Tell me, did she explain what a cranial moderator does? She said it would let me speak six-fold cipher. Ha, I'm sure. So then, nobody warned you how a cranial moderator warps your thinking? Smooths out any irrational notions? Makes you look at the world like a machinist, seeing everything as a puzzle you can solve? Oh no. This thing in my brain is changing the way I think. The biggest changes will take a few years, but mark my words, they will come. This is why I got rid of mine. You used to be a machinist too? Yes, for many years. I even wrote some of the cipher magic that lets the king alter people. So I speak with authority when I say that countless lives depend on you defying Afra's plan. I'm listening. Don't misunderstand me. Afra's a sweet girl. We were very close once. She absolutely believes she's doing the right thing. Sadly, for all of us, she is wrong. Look around you, child. See how we are at the mercy of this infernal machine, which not even the machinist can control? Can you honestly say that what we need is more Clockwork King? However brilliant Afra's spell may be, it cannot fix the problems with the king, because the king is the problem. What's your alternative? Reza flashes you a crooked grin and hands you something heavy, wrapped in colorful rags. I'm glad you asked. This is a different kind of spell, inserted in place of Afra's. It will trigger a runaway fault cascade that gradually, but irrevocably, shuts down the king with minimum destruction. Wait, you're the Saboteur, aren't you? Oh, it's them, not Afra. I smile cryptically. There's no such person as the Saboteur, child. Only a group of like-minded people who love this land and see no good in leaving its fate to an overgrown grandfather clock. So, do we understand each other, or is there more you'd like to know? About you and your cause. I'll tell you whatever I can without endangering my comrades. The machinists say you're the reason for the king's problems. Reza snorts. Hogwash, child. Child, I know what the king is made of. I could recite every syllable of its cipher nucleus by heart. Although to do so would be most unwise. Do we sabotage the king when we believe it will do good? Certainly. Do we divert the royal goods to distribute fairly in our communities? Yes, sometimes. But are we the root of the mad king's madness? Don't make me laugh. We could toil for decades and cause fewer faults than the king itself generates before breakfast. Only a truly stupid machinist could believe that we are anything more than an excuse for their failures. Why did you leave the Machinist Guild? They sigh deeply. Child, did you ever hear that old fairy tale about the boy who got a splinter of a mirror in his eye that made him cold and cruel, seeing only the worst in things? The king wields unimaginable power, far too much for any one being. In my youth, I thought that this made the guild more important, that we had a duty to use such power wisely. But when you make so many life or death decisions every day, when you see people's darkest secrets piled up in stacks every morning in the royal archives like so many freshly cut logs, you grow numb to it. You forget what the stakes are. I did not like what I saw reflected in my colleagues' eyes, or my own. Alright, very well. I consider what you've said. It's all I ask, child. Don't trust Afra, don't trust me either. Just do what you think is right. Well, if I have a chance to destroy the king outright, that seems to be the best option. I'm going with your plan, Saboteur person. Let's see. I can return to Afra. Okay, I guess I should return to Afra. You met with Reza, an undercover saboteur who gave you a punch card that would kill the king. Now, do I put the punch card in the tower? The same tower I was at? Or should I meet Afra first? Let's see what Afra has to say. Afra, can I save my game? No. Afra peers up into the sky. Okay. Gesture skywards. Is this normal? She tears her eye from the celestial teapot. No, I would certainly say this is new. What does it mean? I confess I'm struggling. Is it a sign? An instruction? A response to our broadcast? But then why a teapot? I didn't notice a teapot. She shrugs helplessly. I've checked and rechecked my calculations. All we can do is stick to the plan. Oh yes, I almost forgot. The king has summoned you for another audience, just as we hoped. Okay, we have Afra's punch card now. Afra hands you a leather folder, far heavier than the last. Here it is, friend. 8 years of my life and the hopes of a kingdom now rest in your hands. Friend, I don't know what will happen after this, so if you have any concerns, now's the time to voice them. What do I do with this exactly? When you return to the Machinarium, the audience chamber will be open. Insert my punch card into the king's petition port, and my magic will do the rest. Anything else? Maybe our last chance. Do you happen to know a sky pilot called Mikhail? Oh, Misha? He's a dear, isn't he? I'd be so forgetful without his medicines. You can't import them without a letter from the king. One of those little perks of my job. Why do you ask? Would you say he's a friend? It's hard to tell, isn't it? The man is like a deep river all iced over. You skate on the surface thinking it'll never break. Then suddenly you plunge into this other world. But the next day, it's all ice again. Okay. I know he was born in Slev. His family came here after the God War, seeking a better life, when he was just a boy. It's people like them that this kingdom should be working for. He somehow spoke to me through the beacon, warned me not to help you. Afra looks concerned. Really? But surely he can't know about our plans. And how could he possibly have subverted the king's magic? Misha's a fine sailor, but he's no magician. There are reports of people seeing or hearing phantoms in the corrupted lands, long dead loved ones, or even their own self. Some say the corruption can read your memories. The better to lure you to your doom. I'm glad you're alive, friend. Pay it no mind. Our task requires your full attention. Anything else? Alright, I'll let you know how it goes. Now I'm unsure. Was I really hearing Misha? Just an illusion? I don't know. Either way, we're gonna have to put in one of these punch cards that we got, and either basically reprogram the king for Afra or destroy the king entirely. I'm leaning towards the destroy the king entirely route because I don't like the idea of having a mechanical AI basically as a ruling dictator, which is what he is. With very powerful, capable of very powerful magic. So anyway, we'll decide that next time. And yep, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.